Hello.
Hello, I'm calling for Hal Atkin.
Is this a person?
Yes, this is a person. My name is Kennedy, and is this Hal? Yeah, I wanted to reach out to you in more of my professional role of working with families, and I'm calling on behalf of Quinn Michaels. So I'm hoping you might help me or him understand what he can do to resolve or to understand what's going on so he can move past it and take care of some things like his medical care.
I want to know who you are first. Okay, I want to know who you are with. I want to know that you're qualified in what you're doing, or if you're the Kennedy that he alludes to on the internet.
Yes, I am the Kennedy that he alludes to on the internet.
Okay, and this sounds like a fake voice. It doesn't sound like a real person's voice. It sounds like it's a voice translator. So, give me a number of an association you work with. I'll check them out. Give me a phone number where I can contact you at, and if it checks out, I will be in touch with you.
All right, so I'm going to give you my phone number. Are you ready?
And you are with who?
Well, I'm just calling as a person. If you're asking who my employer is, I work for a school district in Wisconsin.
What is your last name?
I'm going to use the last name Cox because I'm going by my internet identity.
Okay, I don't think you're a real person. I think this is a voice translator. It doesn't sound quite like a real person. You'll have to give me more information on that so I can verify that you're for real, because I know Quinn could easily use a voice identifier type translator thing to change that. So you're going to, if you want me to, I'm more than willing to discuss with you if you're a legit person and you are associated with an association that would be a third-party negotiator. Other than that, I don't believe you're real.
Okay.
So,
well, I am a real person, but you know, if you're asking if I can get my employer to
sign. If you work for school districts, you got to know, are you a counselor or are you a teacher?
Yeah, I do. I work in multiple roles with families, talent development, high intellect development. So I'm used to.
What's in your school district?
Yeah. You know, I would like to give you all of my personal information, but it sounds like is that you're more interested in finding out that information than kind of moving forward with answering the question about what we can do to, yeah, I mean, the role that I am asking you to listen to me as, knowing that that is my real history as a real person, is just someone who's worked with families before. So
Okay, so let me Google you. How can I Google you and find information for him? I mean, everybody's online. Where can I find out information about you online?
You're wanting to know my name and you want to know my employer.
Well, I'm not going to be contacted. I want to know how I can verify you or you are who you say you are. And give me, how can I find you online? You have a website? You have a number, somebody I can look up? I mean, you've got to have some presence online that is Googleable. Yes?
Yeah, I have a Facebook.
Okay, what's that?
Kennedy Cox.
Okay,
I have a Twitter.
That doesn't still tell me you're a real person or anybody can make up information on Facebook.
Well, I mean, I don't think my employer is going to be able to say that they're paying me in order to carry out a service. I just was wanting to use my professional experience in order to further communication between you and your son, because there are some things that he needs to take care of, and I just want him to be able to. My personal interest is to help get him past this.
Okay.
In order
I
to
see
do
several
that.
Kennedy Coxes. How would I know which one's you?
On Facebook, I only know of me.
Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 8 different Kennedy Coxes. KennedyCox.
Yeah, I'm in Wisconsin.
Okay, I don't know how. Okay, do you have any pictures in there?
I've had my picture online, yes. You should be able to Google my name and my picture will come up. A picture of me in sunglasses.
Okay, well, I'm finding, I have I did a search for Kennedy Cox on Facebook.
I think my Medium on medium.com.
Your what?
I'm sorry, it's a blog. It's medium.com. I think that's where I'm not really able to pull this up. Let's see. Trying to help you. Let me find it. Okay. So I'm just gonna here. I'm trying to find this for you.
Okay, I pulled up a medium.com
and
MediaUM.
I mean, I think you're looking for a photo of me, and I just saw one online the other day. So
how to change your mind, the Freakonomics Radio. I don't know if this is the right one either.
On medium.com.
Pop here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got a YouTube.
The homepage shows a woman with her hands over her ears.
No, that's not me. Yeah, let's see. Well, I mean, if you're wanting to validate that, I'm not calling as a social worker working for on Quinn's case. I'm calling as a person who knows Quinn, who has had experience talking with families, and in particular, my experience has been talking with the families of people who are talented or have high intellect. So.
Okay. I still doubt who you are, who you say you are.
Okay.
If you want to ask you basic questions, I'll see about whether I want to go the direction you're wanting to go, because I have no issues with Quinn. Quinn has issues with me. So ask.
Well, the question that I have is there any way to resolve the family communication in such a way that he'll be able to have like an emergency contact if he needs surgery, for example?
If he can communicate he's throwing out all kinds of false allegations online. When he's tried to contact me, he's very crude and rude, accusing me of things, and which none of it's true. So if he wants to chill out and communicate on a basis to where we can communicate without all the drama that he puts into it and all the stories of this Romanov stuff and all this other baloney that he puts out there, it's, I'm not looking to cast him aside. He's just gone directions that are just totally bogus, saying that I'm not his father and that, that he's some kidnapped Romanov child and this side is a spy thing. It's all bogus. It's all just made up in his head, and I don't know how he's going to get past all that to be able to make a, communication with us. It's going to, because I know his mother won't communicate with him, neither with his brother or sister, and I cut him off as well from my texting and phone calls. So, it's just, you know, just out there. He's just too far accusing us of things that aren't real. So I'm not sure what you want to do about that, because it's not. I don't look at it as being on my side. I look at it as being on his side.
Mm-hmm. So, like, is there anything you can do to, like, for example, take videos down? You know, there are some things in his life that he needs to take care of, and he is, and you know, because I've spoke with him and I know him, I will say that I would agree that he is incapable of communicating in an effective manner with you right now, going on, you know, if you were to move forward in the same type of communication. So in order to establish some sort of communication so that, you know, if he needs emergency medical treatment and he needs a family contact, you know, this is the type of thing that, you know, just, you know, I am asking.
If he needs emergency assistance, emergency medical care, something like that, and somebody needs to contact me, he has my phone number, he has my email, he's got my contact information that someone besides himself, such as you, just as you're doing now,
Mm-hmm.
can get a hold of me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Until such time that I understand that, and I would, if he wants to contact us through a legitimate social worker or something like that, with wherever he's living, and we'll make some kind of contact that way, and we could start something there, that would be fine too.
I think that he does. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
That's fine.
I didn't mean to interrupt and stop you because when you said social worker, I was trying to figure out that I have no experience with adults working through social workers in that way, that aren't actually assigned that social worker through like some sort of an institution. So, and I work with social workers every day in my field. So I think maybe is there another type of third party that would be able to help you communicate? You know, I've called in order to like facilitate some sort of you know, finding out of the ways that you guys can, you know, communicate in some way.
Well, obviously you've gotten a hold of me, okay? So I mean, I'm not hiding, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I just choose not to go with the abuse that he casts out, okay? But like I'll say it again, I don't know what else to say. If he can find a legitimate, if he's having to have some kind of emergency care, he's obviously going to have some. He's going to be contacting doctors or social workers or somebody along that line.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't think he has insurance. That's the big concern. So, you know,
well, none of us, you know, that's nothing unusual for the rest of us either. So,
yeah.
I mean, we're not a rich people. If he's coming at risk for money, we don't.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not aware of that.
There. So, I don't know what his situation is. I don't know where he lives. At this point, I don't know that I really want to know. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He, you know, I don't know what to say other than at this point, none of us want to communicate with him directly. Okay. If he can find a legitimate third party that will set up some type of contact with us if he needs to, I think any of us would be open to that, because we're not looking to throw him under, you know, not looking for him to disappear off the edge of the earth. We just don't like to be treated the way what he's done, which may be mental conditions. I'm assuming maybe he's getting mental care with a psychologist or something. I don't know.
I'm not aware of that. Yeah,
I have no clue either. But you know, I know he's been. At least I understand from some of my kids, one or two of my kids, that he's been diagnosed with some type of mental condition. So he's got to be receiving care, medications, or something. If at all, I don't know. So I mean, I'm not sure what to tell you if you're a real person, Kennedy. I don't know.
So here's my follow up, because I am a real person. You know, I'm offering to, you know, act as a third party.
No,
and reach
I don't
out.
choose to contact. No, I'll talk you through this one time.
Okay.
But you're not. You're just too close to him again. Okay. He's referred to you online if that's who you are.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, like I said, he can if he wants to communicate with us. he can find a way to communicate with us through a legitimate third-party state social worker, doctor, medical provider, psychologist, something like that. At this point,
Is there a third party that can be established through the church or any other? I'm not aware of him being in any type of treatment or have any diagnosis that isn't medical. So,
I'm sure you're aware that I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Okay.
And he technically is too. He was baptized a member.
Mm-hmm.
He may be able to contact one of the church social services in his area and talk to them, see if there's anything they can do. I don't know. I'm just because our church has social service offices in most major cities and areas. Mm-hmm. And if he's of interest, they may be willing to do something, or maybe I'll give him some direction.
Okay. All right. So, is there? I've written a few notes so that I can make sure to communicate correctly to him what you're saying to me. No, we don't. No, definitely not. No, I'm calling from all the way across the United States in a different state. I'm calling from Wisconsin. I used to live in North Carolina. So that's why my zip code is 704.
How did you come in connection with? Come to be associated with him?
I met him online. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So. Okay. All right. So how much of his online presence have you seen or read?
Oh, a lot of it.
So you're aware of the Romanov story,
mm-hmm.
And how he presents Psi as some type of spy association, and that he was kidnapped as an infant.
I think he has a lot of questions. I'm not sure that he has made any statement that those things are fact. So yeah, but definitely he does have those questions.
Yeah, he's mainly thrown us under the bus, put us online, and anyway, it's crazy. So you can see why none of us want to associate with him at this point.
Yeah.
When he contacts us, we can't. It's just a screaming, yelling match on his part, and accusing us of stuff that's not true.
And so that if he had one question that was to the effect that I can answer to him, from you, what did he do? What has he done? I don't know how long he's been doing that. So, for example, if I think he's thinking long-term fallout from the family, not just, over the last 2 years or something, if you're talking about his video channel.
No, this has been going on longer than 2 years, but anyway.
Okay. All right.
So,
I think that if would you like me to relay any specific thing from you while I have the opportunity to do that?
I love him. I care for him. He's my son. He is my biological son. Okay. And it is. So, I don't care to throw him to the, anyway, I care for him. I love him. He's my son. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to stand for the abuse and such that he's casting. And if he believes what he believes, then there's no room for discussion. Mm-hmm. If he believes what he's presenting online and what he's told myself and other family members, there's just, there's no room for discussion, because it's all so bogus and untrue. So,
okay, well, I called to help out. So.
What's that?
Oh, I was saying thank you. Go ahead, and because you said if he, and then I cut you off by mistake.
Yeah, if there's ways, if he wants to communicate with us, there are ways he can find to do it. Like I've suggested, and do it to where it's non-threatening, and somebody else in the middle find a negotiator or a middle person to convey things back and forth if need be. But direct communicate. I don't think any one of us at this point are interested in direct communication with him, because it's just too. Anyway, it just isn't working. Didn't work. volatile.
Okay, so and just before I go, if there's any, person, like a number of a third part, because I don't think he's going to be able to go through like some sort of a psychological social worker situation. And, we've established that if he does have a medical procedure that you would be, he would be able to use you as an emergency contact. But as far as like contacting you through a third party that's agreed upon.
He can have whoever the medical, he has our contact information.
Okay.
If he needs to have somebody get hold of us. He's called me, he's emailed me, he's texted me. He has our information. I haven't changed my phone number in 25 years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same number, same email address, same with my, same with everybody else. But
so no third party.
So it's there for somebody else to contact us, just like you have done.
Yeah.
If need be. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Have a good day, Candy.
Okay, you as well. Bye-bye.